Noisy pixel.
Hello, Mark.
What's going on, dude?
I want to talk to you about something about our newest Noisy Newsweek episode.
Okay.
It's been eating at me
Like the one that's out right now?
The one that's out. The one that's out not right now because this will be posted after the next one is out, but the first one of the new year.
January 9th, 2021.
Yes. Okay, so I did say 2020 in the beginning. I'll admit to that. But also we updated the camera side of the Noisy Newsweek, and I didn't know how to use it.
It wasn't that big of a deal, and now everyone's gonna know. Like, I feel like only one person called you out, and it was okay, but it was noticeable. It was noticeable.
It made an expensive product look very ugly,
and that's why you gotta give people the right product, because, like, it could be amazing product, but then you could just suck, like you said.
I really did. I watched the news, and as like one of my favorite shows that we have on YouTube, and the consistency of it, that's why, like, I can fuck up on a review and be like, oh, no one will probably see that I messed up that word or something, even though they do hear it, but I can get past it. But giving this that I'm on camera and it's like projecting, I do get the sense that I should have did better. I should have learned. That's all.
I mean, we've all been there. I mean, we've all recorded videos that got deleted because the file didn't process, or, like when you do the screen captures on that first game you try and stream and you realize that nothing just was saved.
Nothing was recording.
OBS just crashed at the end.
I'll tell you a story. One time I was at it was months before Ni no Kuni 2 was out, and I was at an event, and we had this exclusive demo of the game that we can record footage on. And I was like, oh, hell yeah. So I'm recording footage of this exclusive 15, 20-minute demo, and no one else recorded footage. So this would be like mine. No audio. I didn't record any audio. And,
Classic mistake.
And yeah, that was bad. That was bad because it's like you can't go back and fix that. There's another time at GDC where I was doing there's this game called Lost Soul Aside, where it's like an indie Devil May Cry Final Fantasy 15 kind of mix. It's a really good game and still in development, but I was able to capture exclusive footage of it. And the first day I went over there, I did it. I took their time. It was like 20 minutes. There's like a long ass line, and I cut to the front. So I'm already feeling like a dick,
Okay.
And I recorded the footage. It's choppy. So what happened was the Mac that I was using at that time couldn't handle the best settings for the bit rate that it was recording at. So the whole video was just like choppy and cut. I had to go back the next day and do it again.
That's not terrible, though. You're able to go back.
I was able to go back. So, but that's just one of those cases where it's like,
I gotcha. What were you screen capping it with? Like software or like built-in Mac software?
No,
like,
it was the Elgato, but Elgato doesn't really like Mac. I feel like the Game Capture HD software on Mac is rarely updated. It has a little bit different features to it. I just never liked it. It's caused me a lot of issues at events, to be honest with you. And it's something that kind of makes me want to take a regular PC to events instead of my Mac.
What do you mean a regular PC to events?
Just like a Windows PC.
Oh, I thought you meant like a little desktop. I'm like, you're just going to carry around like this case everywhere. Oh. Like, look out, guys.
I'm sorry.
Look out, guys. I got to mount up here.
Yeah. So, I mean,
PC only, guys. PC only. Like,
there's definitely
laptop.
Yeah, I don't know. Those are my issues. this
Got to
week.
get a new
But I
laptop,
feel
man.
like so back to the camera. I feel like I figured it out.
Oh,
And thank you for the help.
oh, you're welcome. I mean, I did shout. I was the one to first point out the problem, but in a respectful way. I was
Did I
not
get mad at
saying.
you?
Of course you did. I was saying. I was just. I was saying. It just be like, look, bro. I don't know what happened here. We'll fix it, but it looks like you have some bad setting on. And he's like, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. What I don't know what you said. You said something along the lines of you were just, being mad and annoying.
I
And I
do
was like, all
remember.
right, dude.
I do remember getting mad at you.
I was like, look, man, you just have some weird setting on. And he's like, I don't know. I tried everything. I was like, okay. And then you're like, wait, I found the setting. And it was the same setting that I said it was.
Oh my god.
It was some sharpness setting, It just was doing some in camera stuff. And I was like,
Yeah.
dude, you got to turn that off because I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it was a combination of things.
Yeah,
But
you're a
if anyone
failure.
has trouble, they can come to me now, and I'm the master of it. I
Yeah,
watch.
now you can write photography on your resume
Mhm.
and you can tell people like how to set up the camera and then
Yeah,
you can shoot the picture.
yeah, I can make a whole tutorial on it and explain everything.
How to shoot photography 101 YouTube upload 2021 by Azario Lopez. Thumbnail has his little what's your camera right now? You
The
got
new
right now
one?
what is he using? Yeah,
Am I
well, I
gonna
mean
shout
like
it out? Am I
I
gonna
mean
shout it out?
I guess we've been talking about it this long.
It's a Sony A6100.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored yet.
I am shooting on a Canon. I couldn't even tell you which one. It's M something, M5 or
M
50. It's one of the two. I'd have to
M50
double
is
check.
is it mirrorless?
It's the same. It's like the same vibe as yours.
Oh yeah, the M50 is actually comparative to this one.
Oh yeah, comparative. I just keep it mounted up on a plastic piece of shit tripod, and we just call it a day. And we plug in when we do these, and that's it. Unless we
Are
do
you playing?
another, we play games, which we filmed the last episode like I don't know, maybe
What
six
was it?
months ago.
Raft Rift?
No, you can't give it away. Now they know.
Ah,
But
shit! Damn
I
it!
guess the 150 people maybe they watch this are gonna know that the raft will one day be finished because I started the edit
We did
months
play
ago.
Raft 3 months
Months ago.
ago.
More than that, probably. Definitely more than 3 months, I feel like. It's been a
this is
while.
this is the year. We'll start giving you some good stuff.
I'm hoping to do it. I mean, right now I have 3 weddings booked in May. It's the first time ever I've had, let alone 2 weddings, I have 3 weddings in May. So it's gonna
I'm
be
I'm
a
I'm
year.
trying to free up my schedule a little bit more and delegate reviews. Um, Sometimes I'm in the camp where when a review comes in, I'm like, well, I fucking have a free 3 days. I don't do anything, and I just don't give it to people. And I'm it's a trust thing with me. It's like these embargoes are intense sometimes, and it's tough to trust. It's something that I've actively been working on these past 2.5 years is to trust writers, and and I think I've improved definitely. But it comes to the point where like, okay, you have 4 day embargo for this game. Who do I know that will be able to do it? But that 4 day embargo, you're pretty much spending 2 days playing a game, 12 hours a day. Depending on how long it is to and then writing the review and then we got to do the audio and then we have it's like who out of the team right now can actually produce that, and I hate burdening people with that. It's like maybe they'll do it, and sometimes I'll go to Jacob and be like, can you do this, Jacob? Don't feel that you have to. And he's usually like, yeah. But it's always tough, and it's something that I actively have to work on. And I feel like this year is I'm giving more people the opportunity to take the reins on some of these shorter embargoes that we've been getting in.
That makes sense. I mean, I wouldn't feel bad for Mr. Jacob there because even though he might not want to be doing it, like he wants to do it, he takes it, and I think he understands that the long term goal for everybody is here. At least he does.
Yeah.
See that long term goal. So
Shout
um,
out to Jacob. I love that guy.
Mr. Jacob Kavanaugh, right? Kavanaugh, right?
Yeah,
That's his
yeah.
name. Kevin Nagich.
He's I'll tell you a little story. When I first was thinking about launching Noisy Pixel, I put a tweet out. I was like, "Does anybody want to write about visual novels and review them?" It's something that I want to launch a site soon that like highlights visual novels. And he was the only one that slid into my DMs. And we've
Slide
been
it in.
best friends. We've been best friends ever since. It's funny because I was like, okay, but hold off because I haven't actually launched the website yet. We might not talk for 2 to 3 months, but I swear we'll like connect again. And I remember like 2 to 3 months went by, and I was like, hey, remember that random DM that you sent? Ball rolling.
And
He's
then it was a
he's a
story.
great kid.
It's great. I thought you knew him prior to that, I guess, but I was
Yeah,
wrong.
never did. Never
You
did.
just hunted out an Australian from the internet.
Yeah,
And
he had to be. I nabbed, and he's my golden child, really. He's like anytime I need something, he's always eager to do it. It's like it's because sometimes it sucks. Sometimes it really sucks, and you've been in that situation where it's like, well, they'll send you 5 products, and you have how do you delegate that, you know? And he's in the camp where he's always like taking on 3 to 4 reviews, and it's something that I struggle with, and I wouldn't want to put that on anyone else. And he handles it very well.
if we were in a different situation, it'd be easier to delegate a lot more. But no one here at Noisy Pixel, I feel like, is in an easy situation. So
Mhm.
5 products or 5 reviews is a lot for one person for anything, like 5 anything, I guess.
Yeah,
Especially everyone's got their own life. But we're trying to make this the life. But we're in the grind here, I guess. That's why you're watching this damn Talking Bits to get all the information, the bits and
yeah.
pieces,
I feel like
the
this is our
ones and
like
the
coffee
zeros.
talk where you can just eat breakfast and listen to us talk about crap.
That's where you get all
it's
the zeros and ones, bro.
it's not going to help you in any way. We're not going to give you any advice. We might not.
Sometimes
We
you
just
can
want to
find some advice.
hang out. I did promise that we'd start the podcast up again, and I haven't done it, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, you liar.
But I will start it up. I promise. I need to talk about video games. That's like, I don't feel like it's worth it talking about it here too much. Like we can touch on it, but I do need to start having an avenue to talk about video games.
Do you
Um,
have any plans that you want to spoil?
Next week is gonna be busy. When this the week that this is posted, it's gonna be busy. We have a ton of big previews and reviews coming out. Um, yeah, just expect that. A lot of stuff that I've been working on for the past month that they sent us early because of the Christmas break and all that. But yeah, definitely a lot of stuff.
It's more or less talking about the podcast too, though. Anything about the podcast you want to give up, or you want to keep that under the radar right now, information wise?
Podcast is I want to have it to where it's more game focused, you know. It's it's we talk about what we're playing more and we highlight news more. But not in the sense like noisy news week, but in the sense where it's like a
You want it to be
pressing
an
topic.
actual video game podcast.
I want it to be a video game podcast because when I started it before, I wanted it to be something like this where people just talk. But now that we have this, it's like, well, what's going to happen with the Noisy Pixel podcast? It needs to be about video games, and not just about me and my complaints about life.
It depends
Uh,
how many people are in the pot that day,
yeah,
or who's
it's
in
like
there.
who wants to hear me rant? who's down to hear me rant about how much I hate stuff?
Drop a comment to let us know who's your favorite person in the podcast prior to these, I guess, talking bits. The actual podcast. Like, who's your favorite person to listen to?
I think
No offense to anyone who doesn't get a vote.
it comes down to you have like a few choices. You have Jacob, Ian, or Brian. I think those are like the
Depends how deep you go.
yeah. if you want to go deeper. Um anyway, comments? Anything going on? We
I didn't
have
see specific comments, but I can't believe we're still getting views and comments on that the old Sense a Cyberpunk Ghost Story post.
still kicking,
And
dude.
it just woke back up, and it's just getting so many comments still. I don't. How many views does it have now? Let's see. I'm gonna take a peek right up right live here.
This is the
13K now. It
good
didn't
job,
start like
nerds.
that.
Um, Brian Mills commented on the last Noisy News Week saying, I want to go to whatever party that you can whip out a gal gun game and have it go over positively. Um,
That's true. I can't imagine any party I would ever go to that would happen. So unless you live a different lifestyle that I'm not aware of.
I remember there was a party that I used to live in this big house. I used to live in the basement of this house of hipsters. And they would have like indie shows there and stuff like that, and these big parties with all like the typical hipster stuff. You got your Paps beer and stuff like that. So they're having. So I would rarely hang out there because I don't drink and I'm not really into like social stuff like that. But one time I thought it would be a great idea to play Catherine in front of everybody. And
Okay.
so these are people that have no like real desire to play video games, and I put on Catherine and I just started playing it, and everyone pretty much stopped the whole party and just like gathered around me while I was playing this like super niche puzzle game about cheating and stuff. And the party, I pretty much stole the party, and that's my idea of like I would have loved to have Galgun back then and just pulled out Galgun, this like rail shooter where you shoot girls' skirts up and stuff. I would love to have done that. So anybody who's like 22, 21, who's still going to parties and COVID's done, just please break out this game and see what your non-gamer hipster friends like.
I mean, it paints a picture. I can sympathize to your. It's kind of like parties I've been to, but with Smash.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, it's the game is Smash.
be surprised. You might find some gamers that you didn't think were actually gamers.
But sometimes, what if I just walk into a one day a party and it's Galgun on the big screen TV?
I would love it. I would love it. I would be jealous that I wasn't the one. If I walked into a party and someone was playing Galgun, I would be jealous that I wasn't the one who pulled it out. Like I want to be the Galgun initiator.
Yeah, the card has been played now.
Yeah.
What are you gonna? What's your next move, Yugi?
What other guy can I be? I'm either the guy who eats all the chips and salsa, which I definitely am. When you go to a party and if you don't see the chips and salsa, it's because I ate it all. I'm definitely that guy.
Oh,
Uh,
you're the guy to just eat all the snacks. Are they? If they were stale, would you still eat them?
oh yeah, if the
Oh, jeez.
salsa's good, it all comes down to the salsa, really. If the salsa's good, I'll eat it all. I'll eat it all. No one can stop me.
Salsa sitting out like that kind of skeeves me out. Like I don't know where that salsa's been.
Pita and hummus, definitely an upgrade. I would oh, love it.
I can
Love
only
it.
handle so much public salsa and dip.
Public salsa.
Like you just don't know what's been around in there. It just skeeves me out. It's how long it's
Well,
been out.
now
I
that
don't
you
know.
say it, you're actually right because it's out. You know,
Yeah, it's just
I
there.
don't
Like
I don't want to think about my public salsa.
yeah, the public salsa dip. That's
That's
the
the
name of
only
this
comment that
episode.
kind of stood out to me. Um, Other than the typical person that knocks me for how I say Diablo.
Yeah, Diablo. Dude, you mess up a lot of things with that. Like you just add letters
How do
and
you say it? Diablo?
Diablo. That's right, just Diablo.
But I say Diablo.
Say it again.
I think I say Diablo when I'm saying it fast, but it's Diablo.
Diablo.
But I say Diablo.
I don't know, but you definitely don't say it right.
Yeah,
I don't know
so
what you said it. I don't know what you said in that video. I don't
I think I
remember.
say Diablo. But it's because when I rented that game on PlayStation when I was like 10, that's how my brother and I said it. So uh it just stuck with me. I just a lot of the characters from Harry Potter, I say their name wrong.
Yeah, I think it's just a
because I
common
read it and
problem.
then the movies came out and I was like, holy shit, I was reading that. I used to say Professor Snap, but his name is definitely Snape. So
Yeah,
that's
you're
just
definitely living a confused life. You just don't know.
yeah, yeah. So when I read things, like I get a little too
Snap, Snape, and snap. You forgot the E.
that
You dropped the
that
E.
E. It's that E. It's that silent E. Uh,
Silent. It's not silent. It makes the word different.
but
Snappy.
that's all I have to say this week. Anything you have to add?
No, I think that's all I have to say about that as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I think it's just been a week, you know.
yeah, we'll come back at you next week with some more talking bits and have a good time.
The greatest time that we can possibly imagine.
Bye.